Hey there, how's it going? My name is McTosin and welcome back to WWE SuperCard. Today we're going to be talking about Last Man Standing, the ever controversial event that caters to the people that are willing to spend money on the game. Not going to split any hairs about it. If you are going into this game mode thinking, hey, I'm not going to spend any credits and I'm just going to put a lot of time and energy into it and place top 500, it's not going to happen, friend. I'm sorry. I thought the same thing when I first started playing. It's so hard to get the event card in this game mode if you're not going to spend any credits. It is definitely possible. We're going to talk about the best ways of maximizing your points to do so, but temper your expectations. If you're not going to spend any credits on this game mode, you're competing with a bunch of people that are going to be spending credits and they are going to be putting as much time as you, and it's definitely not easy to get the event card without spending any money. So yeah, do be aware of that, because other people can buy reveals, blocks, multipliers. It's just really hard to keep up. So you're going to be looking at an uphill battle. Additionally, before I want to go into this anymore, if you have a low tier deck, if you're not second to highest tier or highest tier, you should probably just not even invest any time in this game mode. Keep working on other stuff because it's unfathomable. Like the cards that you're facing get stronger and stronger while your cards stay relatively the same, and eventually it gets out of hand and you can't win normal matches and you can't progress through the arenas. That means you're not getting any points. That means everyone else is surpassing you. So yeah, make sure that you temper your expectations. You're not going to get a top 500 card just by playing. You're going to have to spend credits if you want that kind of card, and make sure you have a good deck before you go into this. Okay, let's start now that I got the kind of unfortunate negative Nancy preliminary stuff out of the way. This is some footage from when the event first started. I'm only in Arena 7 right here, and these matches, as long as your deck is decent, like I said, it should be very, very easy for you. You don't really need to pay attention to it. Do manage your unbanked streak. Aside from that, very, very simple stuff. You kind of just tap, 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 tap. You could actually see me right here going tap, 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 tap when it was happening. So all you're going to want to do at the very beginning is make sure you don't give up too big a streak. So right here, I only lost like 21 points. It's not that big of a deal. Now we can cover our own butts with a block because there's only one more obstacle on the field and we are good to go. So even if we get hit with this next obstacle at some point, which I'm sure we will, our streak will be protected by that block that we threw out there. Blocks and reveals are so, so, so important to the free-to-play player. They're important to everybody. That's why the people that are spending money on the game are buying those a lot. The more blocks and reveals you have, the higher you're going to make it into the rankings, right? And so I want to talk about using them effectively. That's kind of going to be the overarching theme of this video right here, using your blocks and your reveals effectively. So we're going to talk about blocks first. As you can see, I have my block currently equipped as I'm building this little streak, this unbanked streak. It's still very low level, so this streak is not going to give me like a ton of points, but it's going to give me a decent amount, and it's kind of just serving as an example of what to do once you get into the later tiers. So right here, like I said, one obstacle remaining. We're eventually going to come across it, and when it does hit us, that block is going to be consumed, but we're going to keep our streak, and that is what matters. You need to get good unbanked streaks. If you're just like win, bank, win, bank, win, bank points, you're just gonna lose. You're not gonna be very high up. So right there, we got hit in the face by a stop sign, and we blocked it, just like I had said. And we get to keep our streak, which is now going to get to about 200. Very early on, pretty good. We're pretty high in the rankings right now, just because no one else is playing super, super early. But we will continue to use these strategies going forward. Alright, so in this following clip right here, the first thing that I did was I tapped on a button and it hit me in the face. So I immediately consumed that other obstacle, and now what I'm hoping for is I'm hoping to hit that next obstacle right away. If I can hit it on like the next one of the next like 3 attacks, we're golden, because then the rest of the cards are free, didn't have to use any blocks, and it's not going to threaten our lives yet because we're not in those high tiers yet. Once you get into the like 40s, 50s, you're going to have to manage your lives, so you're going to have to use blocks and reveals or else you're going to lose. But right now, doesn't matter. We just got hit by that other obstacle, we lose 2 streak, that's fine. Now the rest of that goes directly to us. I accidentally tapped that because I'm a fool, and we should be getting a nice big fat unbanked streak of like 550 or something like that. There, let's see it. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, 700 total. pretty good payout right there just because we were willing to get hit in the face every once in a while. This following clip right here illustrates how important the free pack is to the free-to-play player. You get a block and a reveal every 4 hours. If you watch the ad, you get 2 blocks and 2 reveals every 4 hours. The only way you get them for free aside from the draft board, and we know how that goes. It is the following day now, and we have fallen off the face of the earth. We are now 3,426th. It has been about 24 hours, it's been 23 exactly, and I wanted to approach Last Man Standing on day 2. I want to get this video out for this Rhea Ripley Last Man Standing event, so we're not going to talk about day 3 or day 4, but do be aware that when you get to those days, it's going to be much harder to progress through each individual arena because there are more obstacles on the field. I had mentioned that previously, but yeah, keep getting after that free pack, man. We are actually going to do that right now. We're going to claim this beautiful free pack right here, get our free block, and get our free reveal, and then I will go ahead and play a arena and just kind of talk through exactly what I'm doing. Nowadays, I am facing 5 obstacles on the field at any given time. I'm currently in Arena 34. Probably by the end, I'll be in Arena like 60, 65. That's usually where I end up finishing Last Man Standing because I don't make it too far because I don't have a bunch of reveals and blocks. So we have 5 obstacles on the field right now. Every single card is available. We're just going to click a random card. Oh, it did it for us. I took too long. I've gotten to the point where I do need to pay pretty close attention to these matches because I could lose any of these matches pretty easily if I'm not using my like really strong cards. So once you get to the higher rankings, you really got to start paying attention. You can't really just be like willy-nilly out here. Okay, cool. That's actually perfect. So what I was talking about earlier, using your reveals and blocks effectively, is what I'm going to do right now. So we just found the 5th obstacle, the 1 of 5. So we're going to hit a reveal. There's only 1 obstacle remaining. Since that reveal revealed those other 3 obstacles, and we already knocked out that one, we just have the other obstacle to worry about, the last obstacle, and we have a block to cover that. So right here, I would lose normally, so I'm just going to go boop. So we have firmly exited the game. We are going to go right back in, and we should be able to make at least an adjustment or 2 so we can win that match that we were going to lose. Like I said, this is scummy, but it's how you play the game. There's not really any 2 ways about it anymore. So we're just going to hit our super move because he's going to outspeed me. So yes, you are very much able to do this in Last Man Standing. It's much like Team Battleground where you can just exit out if you're about to lose a match and it doesn't care. It doesn't record that at all. So make use of that. It is a pretty nice thing to have in your corner. There we go. That last obstacle finally hit us, and now there are no obstacles left on the field. We have all of these cards as well as the couple cards that we've already beaten in our streak, and so we're going to run through this. I will just go, and just like that, we have finished the arena. It was pretty easy. I had to back out once or twice, but that's a huge unbanked streak right there, and as a free-to-play player, that's the name of the game. You need to get these huge unbanked streaks. You need to make the absolute most out of your block and your reveal, and this is the most effective way to do so. Now, no matter on what arena you're in, you need to get to a point where you can just use your reveals and your blocks in conjugation with one another to completely wipe out the field, and you can go ahead and just make your way through that arena without any issues. That is the absolute best way of stacking these points, the most efficient way, because once you get to an arena, you can't go back. Like you don't get to go backwards in these arenas. So you need to get the most out of each and every single arena that you encounter because it just gets harder and harder as it goes. And with that, that puts an end to our discussion on Last Man Standing. I hope you find yourself with a very nice Rhea Ripley or whatever card is currently the Last Man Standing. I really do wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. And as always, Godspeed, soldiers.